Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Just a few hours ago, Aptera released their May 2022 update, and it was a good one. So I thought we would go over it together and kind of discuss some of the new information that was in there. There's a lot of old information that we already knew about, but then there's some new information and some kind of exciting things coming up according to it. Okay, so let's watch it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to your May update. I'm Sarah Hardwick, Chief Marketing Officer, reporting from the Aptera headquarters in Carlsbad, California. It's been a big
So if you look back there, um, this is not a render anymore. They've actually moved into their new production facility, and this is, the actual signage, and they've actually changed some things around. So, they've done, the previous pictures we saw of this place were the renders. This is not a render.
It's been a busy and rewarding last couple of weeks for Aptera's marketing team. We just wrapped up our first solar mobility tour, where we spent time road tripping to colleges and universities along the California coast to introduce Aptera to students, to meet with eager reservation holders, saw some of you out there, find passionate innovators to join our growing team, and give more people the opportunity to experience Aptera firsthand. If you didn't get the chance to join us this time around, don't worry. We'll be back on the road again soon.
So I think they started in San Diego State University. A lot of their current employees are from San Diego State University, and then they went to UCSD, which makes sense because they're based out of Carlsbad, and then they went to UCLA and a couple other places, I think. But it's good to see a lot of interest from the young people there. And I kind of followed along the Instagram stories while they were doing that, and it seemed like it generated a lot of interest amongst the college students there and the engineering clubs and various things. So that was good.
In fact, Aptera will be at the Electrify Expo in Long Beach from June 3rd through 5th. Come experience Aptera like you never have before. And be sure to check out our new events webpage for when and where you can see Aptera in the coming months. While we've been away, the rest of the team has been getting situated here in our production facility and preparing to begin ramping production later this year. Even Sandy Monroe stopped by our final assembly location to check in on our progress.
You've come a long way, and this is really, really spectacular.
Because of our team's collective effort, we are excited to announce that we have finalized several.
So that was Sandy checking out the beta and also looking at some of the suspension things and touring the new production facility, which I think is just they've completed all the work, I think, and it's like the flooring and all the interiors are done and they're ready to like bring in the equipment.
Several supply agreements over the past month. First, we're excited to announce that Aptera will source distributed drive platform technologies from Alafe. Alafe is a technology leader for in-wheel powertrains, and this agreement includes a detailed plan to scale production to high series in Slovenia and then extend production to the US. Next, we're thrilled to announce a supply agreement and collaborative.
Okay, so now we know that Alafe is directly providing their in-wheel motors, and they're going to ramp up production in Slovenia. So Alafe has said they're ramping up production in 2023. So volume production is not happening of the in-wheel motors until 2023, which syncs up well because Aptera is not planning on volume production until 2023. Hopefully, Alafe is ramping up in early 2023 because otherwise that's going to set us back. And then eventually they plan on bringing production stateside.
Partnership with industry leader Yazaki. They will serve as an engineering service supplier and line prototype and production part supplier. Within this agreement, Yazaki will supply specific production parts for Aptera's electrical harness, including wiring, connectivity, charge ports, and other utilities. Finally, we're ushering in a new era of
Okay, so I looked up some information on Yazaki. This is their global website. They're a privately owned, family-owned Japanese Tier 1 automotive supplier company founded in 1929. They have over 300,000 employees and did about $20 billion in revenue. They are the leader in wiring harnesses, and they control about 30% of the market share. So most of the, a large percentage of the vehicles on the road have Yazaki wiring harnesses, and they work with almost every manufacturer out there. And they do some other things like charge connectors, meters, electric wires, gas equipment, air conditioning equipment, solar equipment, but their main business is this wiring harness. Another interesting thing I found out about them is the original J1772 that was introduced back in 2001 was actually a rectangular port like this. This is the original J1772 port as shown on a Ford Ranger EV. And then that one was only capable of 6.6 and the design wasn't great. So in 2008, Yazaki designed a new plug, and that is now the standard, the round J1772 plug that's on every electric vehicle in the United States now. So Yazaki was the designer of that port. Here's Yazaki's North American website, and this tells you the things that they're interested in, you know, hybrid and electric thing, power distribution control, wiring harnesses, again, that's their main thing. Connectors, wiring connectors, which are kind of related to this wiring harness, sensors, and then some dials and other information. So I think what they're getting from them is they're definitely getting their wiring harnesses, and they said they're definitely getting the charge ports, and probably they're getting their power distribution and control from them. We still don't know which charge port they're using. You know, are they using a Tesla plug? Are they using a CCS2 plug? Are they using a CHAdeMO plug? Are they using J1772 and CHAdeMO? I don't know. If you look at Yazaki's website, they only talk about CHAdeMO, which I think is because they're a Japanese company and CHAdeMO is the Japanese standard. But I suspect that they also manufacture CCS2 as well. And I don't know if they manufacture Tesla plugs, but I think it wouldn't be hard for them to do so if that was the direction that Aptera wanted to go. You know, the port configurations aren't something that's really hard for them to do. They're very capable of doing it, I think. They said that every hybrid electric vehicle on the road contains at least one Yazaki product at this point, and they have a lot of power distribution information, power distribution capabilities in making those kinds of things. And then wiring harnesses is their bread and butter. So here it says since 1929, they have been the pioneer and the leader. They've been doing it for, you know, almost 100 years at this point. And wiring harnesses are a very interesting thing. They take a lot of technical know-how. So I think Aptera is going to provide them which connections they need, and then Yazaki will design like the most efficient way to manufacture it. And it's really complicated. It's very fascinating to watch how they do it. This is a short video of Yazaki's wiring harness plant in Lithuania. They have over 300,000 employees. Although they're a Japanese company, over 90% of their workforce and manufacturing sites are all over the world. So they manufacture everywhere. So you can see them, it's a lot of manual labor, it's very detail oriented. You have to just make sure that all the wires, everything works perfectly. It's kind of like the spinal cord of an animal or of a human being is this wiring harness. It runs the whole entire car, and if one of these wires doesn't work, then you know, the car malfunctions. So yeah, they're very good at that. They control every part of it. They make their own wires. They make all the connectors, and they do the engineering, and they are designed with minimal splices, maximum integrity, and, you know, minimum length to get it to work. So it's a very complicated engineering problem, I think. And they obviously are the world leader in that, and Aptera has gone with the world leader on wiring harnesses, which I think is a good thing.
Automotive Assembly announcing a supply agreement with Red Viking for AGVs, which stands for
Okay, so we just talked about this in a recent video.
Automated Guided Vehicles for Aptera's final vehicle assembly. This supply agreement represents significant forward momentum for our company as we rapidly scale to the final production stage.
And another advantage of these AGVs is that a conveyance system, if it breaks down, the entire line shuts down. If one AGV goes down, you just pull that out for service and the line continues.
We are reinventing transportation, going where no other automaker has gone before. Likewise, Red Viking is innovating beyond the status quo. They're leading in manufacturing 4.0. We're proud to partner with a like-minded company as we push past what others deem impossible. In case you missed the announcement, our battery team has also hit a major milestone, and we couldn't be prouder. They finished the production intent battery design for the first vehicles that will be coming off Aptera's manufacturing line. These will have
So we just did a video on this as well. There's some new things that I might make another video about, which the engineer that helped me with that battery video, he has some new ideas, and I think they have some merit.
41 kilowatt hours of usable energy, a 400-mile range, and 6 battery modules linked together with our patent-pending bus bar design. Check out our battery update video on YouTube for more information. We've also further refined Aptera's shape to increase aerodynamics and reduce drag. In this visualization, we illustrate the new ways we are optimizing our aerodynamics by adjusting our front and rear wheel covers.
So I think what they did is they made the front a little pointier, and then they have this little flare out in the back.
And tailoring the rear fin of our vehicle.
And obviously they're taking away some material here and changing the slope of this thing
To literally drag less air along during travel.
This, I think, is the biggest change. They've narrowed this back part. I think they wanted, aerodynamically, I think it would work better to narrow this part as well, but that's where the license plate has to go.
All of these ultra aerodynamic updates mean we're one step closer to a production intent vehicle design. In fact, a reveal of our Gamma vehicle.
If you saw that, let's go step back on that. This new vehicle is definitely longer. You see how much longer that is? And you see here, there's a lot more height here. So the belly pan's a little lower and it's longer. So the interior volume has definitely gone up on this thing. It's very interesting to step through this and see the differences. This narrowing of the back doesn't really impinge on the cargo space because the cargo space ends right here. So the hatch closes right here and the cargo space ends right at where the hatch closes. And so if you look at that, it doesn't change the height of that. It just makes the cargo space a little longer, approximately 4 inches longer, they said.
The vehicle will be coming soon, so keep a close eye out. With all of the progress we're making in design and engineering,
so she said the Gamma vehicle is being released soon,
as well as supply chain development, we thought it was about time for us to sit down and catch up with all of our future Aptera owners. We'll be hosting a live webinar in early June. We'll be answering all of your questions when it comes to production, supply chain progress, and vehicle specifications. We hope to see you there. I think that's it for now. There'll be lots more coming soon when we show you the first look at Gamma and Aptera's interior details come to life. As always, thanks for being a part of our movement.
All right, so that was the most exciting thing. They're planning a live webinar where they're going to talk specifically about production schedule, supply chain agreements, and specifications. So it sounds like they're ready to talk about it. They've been a little tight-lipped about it, but it looks like it must mean that they have a lot of their supply chain locked down and they have a lot of the vehicle specifications locked down. So now they're willing to talk about it, which will be amazing. I think we're going to get a lot of our answers that we've always wanted to know answered, like, what charge port are they going to use? What battery cell are they going to use? Are they going to use the same battery cell across all the boards? Like, what kind of wheel size are they going to use? Have they finished their solar panels? Things, all these things that we've kind of had to speculate about. I think we're going to get answers soon, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully, we do get these answers. Looks great. All right, well, tell me what you guys think about the update. What kind of questions do you want them to answer in this webinar? I'd encourage as many of you as you can to join that webinar so that we can get our questions answered. We have so many of these questions that we've been speculating on for months, and hopefully we will get answers soon. And the fact that they want to talk about production and supply chains makes me think that they are on schedule. I'm kind of a pessimist, a little bit of a realist, actually. I guess I think of myself as a realist, but some people think I'm a pessimist. and I don't know if they were really going to hit their production targets this year of delivering a car this year, but they sound very confident in this video, and I think I feel a little bit optimistic that they are going to deliver a car this year or soon next year. So maybe they are on schedule, which would be amazing for something of this magnitude. A project of this magnitude to be on schedule is pretty impressive. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to our supporting members. And tell me what you guys think in the comments. I am going to go to the Electrify Expo that they talked about um, in this video. And if you have any specific questions you want me to ask, try to ask. They may not be ready to talk about them at that point, but I'll try to ask them anyway. Put those in the comments too. All right. Thanks for watching and have a great day, guys.